A note to viewers, this is the second part of our Elden Ring review. To get up to speed with our early thoughts, read the first part, our review in progress, linked in the description below. If there's one thing I can take away from my time with Elden Ring over the last couple of weeks, it's that it is possibly one of the grandest games From Software has ever produced. That's no real secret, of course. Thanks to circumstances, this review drops over a week later than most publications, but it was already something I was getting a feel for when I wrote my review in progress. My thoughts since then that this is a big game that refines everything the developer has released since 2009's Demon's Souls remains largely unchanged. However, having had even more time not only in the sumptuous worlds of the lands between, but also with some of the mechanics that I didn't get a chance to previously experiment with, has solidified my opinion that Elden Ring represents From Software mostly delivering at the top of their game. We'll come to that mostly soon. Players familiar with the Soulsborne back catalogue will find themselves in familiar territory here, as Elden Ring is a rich action RPG with a character creator that allows for a wide range of builds and play types, a dark fantasy setting with deep lore aplenty, and a level of difficulty that will challenge almost all comers. But it's how Elden Ring has refined this that stands out for me. There's some subtle quality of life changes, like a dedicated multiplayer menu item or the fact that stamina doesn't deplete outside of combat, allowing you to easily sprint around the world, although why would you want to when you have the wonderful horned steed Torrent to ferry you about? The magic feels like a shared system with skills that ebb and flow between spells and incantations, allowing you to mix and match, creating unique combos, and new items like the cracked pots and the flask of wondrous physic allow the player an incredible amount of freedom over their build. But it's the world of Elden Ring that's easily the game's best achievement. I discussed its open nature at length in my review in progress, but having spent more time in it, the lands between is a truly wondrous thing. One of the best parts of the classic Souls games are their sense of discovery, of finding new areas and secrets, but that discovery was frequently gated behind tough bosses and challenges which turned many players away. By opening up the world and allowing players to tackle challenges in whatever order they choose, Elden Ring brings a level of approachability and discovery I've not encountered in any of the developer's previous works. Everything about Elden Ring is not only a refinement of previous formulas, but a game that feels like it aims to get more people behind the wheel of one of gaming's most revered yet controversial subgenres, and it feels like it's working. The multiplayer in Elden Ring feels full and rich, and there already feels like there's more people jumping into this fresh open world with both feet. Hell, look at our own Ben, a die-hard Souls-phobe who recently beat the game's first big challenge, the notorious Margit the Fell-Omen, and good on him. But there is a bit of a blemish on this fantastic open-world RPG, namely that old From Software chestnut, performance. Anyone who's played one of From's previous games will know that they're not exactly performance powerhouses, with wavering frame rates, frame drops, and notoriously dodgy areas. Hello Blighttown. Sadly, Elden Ring is no improvement on this tradition, as Ben pointed out in his tech analysis video. Frame rates in both performance and quality modes frequently fail to hit their targets, and there's frame drops for days. Personally, this hasn't spoilt my enjoyment of the game, nor has it impacted my ability to take on the game's toughest challenges. Most players won't even notice the issues, but for those who will, they will be problematic and will sully what is an exceptionally built game and world. Sure, it is tradition that From Software games feel like they're held together with tape and prayers, but as we get increasingly more solid game releases on the new gen consoles, we really should be expecting more from AAA video game releases. A sumptuous open world supported by some ingenious evolutions of tried and tested formulae. Elden Ring would be in receipt of the coveted perfect score if it weren't for those pesky performance issues. Regardless, don't let that put you off taking a dive into the lands between. Elden Ring is yet another exceptional video game in 2022's bounteous release schedule. Thank you very much for watching our video review of Elden Ring. If you like what you saw, don't hesitate to like, share, comment and subscribe. And we will be back soon with more video content from Next Gen Base.